Hello, once again with another video on Gothic, this time with past tense verbs. Of course, you'll notice here that the first and third person singular conjugations for at least a fair amount of past tense verbs that I've seen end with a or a. Rodida is I spoke, can either be I spoke or he/she/it spoke. Then there's rodides, you spoke. Then there's the plural forms, which are kind of a mouthful, but I'm sure one can get used to them. Let's see here. Rodidedum. Oh, that kind of flowed well, which means, we spoke. Rodideduth. You all spoke, or you multiple spoke. And rodidedun. Of course, these are just standard plural forms. I'm sure that there will be dual forms, but those aren't really focused on in the workbook. And you'll see the same pattern with bought and seemed, or it seemed to be a certain way, like fuchta, fuchtes, and then fuchta again, fuchtedum, fuchteduth, and fuchtedun. Then there's of course bochte, there's bochtes, bochta, bochtedum, bochteduth, bochtedun. Gutisk in Andia, Rodian, Walida. I chose to speak Gothic at last with in Andia, meaning at last, which I'm not sure what the word for word exact translation would be. And there's something that I did not write an English translation for, but now I can of course explain it to you. Ik ita tawida thana ferhu or ferhu fue nindaris nacida. It did, or I did, and the reason why I imagine that why the workbook presented it that way is to differentiate between the third person and the first person and third person past tense form in Tai Kagor. I know you've been craving my attention lately, but you can't do this right now. Right. There's this is the first person singular pronoun, basically the equivalent to English I, ik. And this is I, it, I did. Then I put a semicolon there to represent, even though it was written out as two different sentences, I kind of combined them into one sentence. That, or the world, yesterday, I saved. Then there's Razda, Pula Toya, Lisi Dedum, Gutisk. We taught a perfect language, Gothic, or language perfect, we taught, Gothic. And then there's Thans, Hundans, Yach, Diusa, Alya, Gatamida. I was taming those dogs and other animals, which, of course, isn't a normal. I mean, it's presented like a normal past tense verb, but the way it was translated wasn't like a normal past tense verb. And when I was looking on the Verbix conjugation website for Gothic, I did not see an exact past tense for it. I just saw the past partner, which is I was doing this, and of course that's the one predicate verb I learned, which this would be those hounds or those dogs. and animals other. I was taming. So I was taming those dogs and other animals. And that's what I learned today. And Bilyafuk, and remember, Enier, Unus, Annus.